Hello, buddy. Welcome back to the Tin Man's Corner channel. I'm your host, Jeffrey Tin Man Taylor, and today I'll be reacting to 6 most disturbing Forrest findings caught on camera. And judging by the thumbnail, it already looks just disturbing enough already. So I'm going to turn the camera over here for you guys and let's get going.
This first finding was made by hiker James Rankin in early October of 2016. James had been hiking in Berkeley-Jackson County Park when he came across an old campsite.
Okay.
But disturbingly, all around the campsite were multiple different missing person posters taped onto trees.
What?
The posters themselves were completely real, featuring real missing people across.
Yep, those are real. I don't know why they would be stranded all over the woods like that. You would think you would see them in town.
Different U.S. states. Upon his discovery, James would quickly start recording.
Okay, we're deep in the woods. Sort of, we're like on the border. It's like there's a side of the woods where there's people's houses. But I came to a trail that led to a trail that led to a trail up the hill. But I saw what looked like a fire pit. Now remember, we're still in the woods. We're still in the woods, right? I don't know what this is. Do you see the trees? They're white. Okay. I was like, okay, these are probably no trespassing signs, or maybe it's something for the wildlife or something. Look what these are. What the f is going on in here? This is Utah, Florida. They're all different. They're all different. Every single one.
Huh.
This one's from Georgia. And look at it. Like, look where the f we are. Who the f does something like this?
I know, it's a crazy nut probably, but yeah, like he pointed out, every single one of them had different states on it. Now, I would think it'd be, missing people from that wherever he's at, but no, different states, unless this person is involved with their kidnapping something. I don't know.
We got this one. And this obviously again.
But it is sort of strange seeing them things out in the middle of the woods.
Like, not just that this is 2012, Noblesville, Indiana, right? Look at the tape. Look at the water damage. Bits have been hanging up for a while. I just, look at that. And over here in the middle of the fire pit, that's a shovel.
James would ultimately report the finding to the police. Though, upon further investigation, police would write it off as someone's Halloween decorations.
What?
James, however, was not satisfied with this investigation. His discovery took place on October 3rd, and according to James, the posters themselves did not look like they were set up recently. Later that same year, James would return to the campsite, but this time be stopped by multiple no trespassing signs.
Okay, first of all, I am not violating any of these no trespassing signs. I'm simply not. I came here only to show you and get it on tape and leave. From here, we can see down there, that's the clearing. So anyway, what they've done, they printed out their own no trespassing signs. Homemade. I'm assuming these are all legally binding. I have no way of knowing, so I'm not taking any chances. You can see they attached them to the trees with ordinary masking tape. These aren't even laminated.
First of all, masking tape, I would have nailed them things to the tree and too, not laminated. You know, the rain and other storms coming through that area, it's going to wash away all that ink and make the paper rivel up and decay later on. So nobody's going to see it and later. So what he captured, they did not want to see. Or they didn't want no cops in that area either.
This is posted, private property, no trespassing. Violators will be prosecuted. And they've got one there, one there, one there.
Because the police had already closed their investigation, this would pretty much mark the end of the whole situation.
Oh, that's weird. If the police tell me that they're just thinking it's Halloween decorations, be like, are you kidding me? They don't look like Halloween decorations to me. Something's fishy's going on.
Back in 2013, a man named Phil Poling would upload this video to his YouTube channel. The video features Phil out late at night in his neighborhood, located in Mission, Oregon. Phil claimed to have heard strange noises echoing around outside his neighborhood only a few minutes prior.
I think I've seen this guy on that show that comes on Travel Channel, Paranormal Con Camera, and his video clip was on there, and he was talking about it. So I do know all about this case already.
Which is why he was outside in the first place. Once he reached a nearby forest that was only around 200 feet from his house, he would again hear the noises. And this is where he started recording.
January 21st, about 11 p.m. I'm a couple hundred feet from my house. And you hear it going off in the background right now. Kind of sounds weird. Kind of sounds doggish, hyena-ish. I mean, that almost sounds like laughter. It's actually gotten closer since it started. It's probably only 200 feet, 300 feet from me right now.
The recording of noises continued for a while longer, until the sounds of gunshots can be heard echoing from the forest.
Sounded like to me it might be either a Bigfoot or a dog man emulating hyena noises, but then all of a sudden you hear gunshots. Seems like the neighbors around there are fed up with that noise, and they say, get out of here.
I think that was a gunshot.
There it goes again.
Multiple people in the community itself had claimed to have been hearing similar noises for the last 2 months or so leading up to the recording. But just what exactly was making the noises is still unclear. This video features the GoPro footage of 2 dirt bikers riding on a remote path in the forest. Throughout the video, the bikers can be seen going at extreme speeds. But doing this would quickly prove to become almost deadly.
If I was doing any motorbiking through the woods, I would rather do like a 4-wheeler or ATV, like side by side. I don't know if I don't trust myself on a 2-wheeler. But anyway, it does look dangerous.
As the bikers continued on the path, they were unexpectedly met with a steel cable strung across 2 trees at perfect neck level for oncoming bikers. At a fast enough speed, this trap could no doubt take the lives of anyone riding through that didn't see it. Fortunately, however, the biker in the front did see it, and was able to react quick enough to avoid it.
But that's crazy. Why would somebody put that there? Yeah, thank you for taking it down. But I would have taken pictures and alert the authorities by this.
The bikers would actually debate whether or not to stay and wait for the person who set up the trap to come back. But they would end up deciding against this. It's still unknown who's responsible.
Oh, they did take the cable. Huh. So you mean to tell me you never contacted like park rangers or anybody in that area to investigate it further?
Mark Andre was a man who devoted his career to exploring the vast woods of Northern California. He worked as his town's environmental service director, so it was quite literally his job to spend time in the woods. In February of 2018, he had been tasked with marking trees, and while he was doing so deep in the woods, he would come across some makeshift cabin, which, considering the extreme remoteness of the area he was in, made the discovery highly abnormal. Mark would
almost looks like a hunting blind or something. But anyway, let's continue what he was about to say.
Of course, get a closer look at the structure. The thing was only around 8 by 12 feet wide and 15 feet tall. There was a lock on the shack's only entrance, and from the outside there was no real evidence anyone was there. Still, disturbed by the finding, Mark would head back to get professional assistance. The next few days would consist of multiple attempts to contact the owner of the shack, but all of them ultimately failing. So, finally, upon revisiting the structure, the men would break open the lock to the front door. They would find a space that was clearly being lived in, or at the very least had been lived in recently. The shack had its own furniture, a pot-bellied stove, a small library, and even a typewriter. Jars and cans of food filled the shelves. However, in spite of all this, the search resulted in no further identification of the actual owner.
Maybe a homeless man or something, or just somebody trying to get away from reality for a little while. Maybe a doomsday prepper, but I don't know.
Because the shack was illegally constructed, the men ultimately had no other choice but to leave an eviction notice on the front door before leaving. A few days later, the authorities returned to see out the contract, but there was nothing there.
What?
The makeshift cabin was completely gone. Whoever the owner was had deconstructed it, with literally the only thing left behind being an international squatter symbol made from charcoal.
That's what I was about to say, squatter.
Many theorized the owner was wanted by authorities, and was therefore living completely alone in the forest, evading any contact with other people. But whether or not this is even close to true is still up for debate. To this day, the real owner of the shack is still unidentified.
But the question is, how long did it take him to deconstruct it? Because it looked like it would take him a while without any help. And plus, you gotta have like a vehicle just to load all that stuff up and get out quick. That would stop me.
This video was captured on an early morning in the middle of December. It takes place in Canada and features some disturbing noise echoing throughout the forest. It's not clear what the noise is. Many frequent hunters would report to have never heard anything even remotely similar.
What that is? I don't know. Scary shit.
Maybe a Bigfoot. That's all I can tell you.
One comment suggested the noise could have been a wolf that was either trapped or left behind by its pack. It's also possible it was another animal, such as an elk or possibly a bull moose, although none of these theories have been confirmed.
Didn't sound like no daggone wolf.
YouTube user Rainey Schuler would upload this video to YouTube in 2013. The video's footage is from multiple security cameras Rainey would set up around his house, which was in an isolated area of the Rocky Mountains. The whole idea behind the cameras was to capture the footage of the different wildlife around his property, to then upload to YouTube. But on September 13, the cameras around his house would catch something completely out of the ordinary. You can see as a woman walks out from the complete darkness of the woods.
Is she on medication or what? Or lost her way?
Some believe the woman was lost, or that her car had broken down nearby. But that doesn't explain her general careless mannerism as she aimlessly walks around the property. And a while later, the woman can be seen walking right back into the forest. After that night, the house owner would never see this woman again.
That is sort of strange. But anyway, like I said, she's probably high on something, or she really was lost, and I don't know why she would keep on moving around the property and then go back in the woods. That is strange. But anyway, that's going to be it for now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on those post notifications for more Chill and Scares content like this. And the last one I'll be reacting to next is 3 allegedly true cabin in the woods horror stories. So stay tuned for that one. Have a nice day, everybody.